Good morning. This is Ann from La Bella Donna Vintage Creation, and I'd like you to join me today. I'm going to do a journal cover, decorate it. I'm going to embellish it. I'm going to make it pretty. A while back, I made a number of covers, and I think I walked you through that before, how I did that with using the Amazon bags, the ones that have those little things that you can make noise with. Anyway, the wrapper, and that's what I used. And I used a nice fabric to cover, and then I used my pinking shears. And the inside here was just linen or muslin, whatever you want to use in that case. And I did sew it. Now at this point, I just want to decorate the front and maybe the back. We'll work on it, see where we go. This is covered with a silk shantung. It was fabric that I had in my stash. This is all very vintage stuff. And I'm going to decorate it, and I wanted to add a little bit of color. I wanted to use a picture. I had done something with this. So this was a past project that I was working on. But I loved the picture. I love using ovals. And I thought, that'll bring a little color into this very neutral journal cover. So let us begin. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this. This was from a blouse, and I think it still has the print of the blouse in there. Yes. So what I'm going to do here is just start in the very front. What I wanted to do was to still see some of this silk underneath, because it really is beautiful and has a very beautiful texture to it. So I didn't want to cover it completely, but I wanted to make something like a little gather. It's something like I did with one that I did at Christmas with some burgundy velvet. It left some area open to enjoy and see some of that background. So this is what I'm going to do today, and I will just continue on to the back once we get the front done. So let us begin. I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue here, and I'm just going to kind of gather it around just a little bit here. Whoops. I hope everybody is doing fine. We've got a very, very cloudy day today. But you know what? We're at that time it's March. It's so nice to know that spring is coming, and so you can't help but love that, right? And so you're going to have those days where it's going to be cloudy and rainy and a little warmer, a little cooler. I mean, that's the crazy part of this weather right now. So you don't know what to expect. They're calling for the 60s coming up real soon, which is going to be kind of fun. I'm so excited. Then I could open up my sliding door by my balcony. Will be really nice to do that. I would love that because I love that fresh air. We've been cooped up so long. So it'd be really nice to do that. So anyway, so now I've got some of this down. Let me put a little bit more hot glue here. There we go. Here. Yeah. I like that. Now we want to go around a little bit. I want to kind of decorate maybe on the bottom here. I thought, this is nice. I might like to put some of this here. But first, before we do any of that, I wanted to show you the picture I was going to use. And I wanted to put a little background here. Now, I may have to cut some of this down. I don't know quite yet. I wanted to use some gauze that I have in a mauve color, because she has some of that color in there in this picture. That gives it just a little bit of interest. So I really loved this. So that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to use some of this applique from Crafty Me Shop, and I just wanted to use some of that to just kind of soften up those edges a little bit. You know, you can still see some of that going through, but you know, the back hopefully will have a little bit more. I don't know. I wanted to show more of this, but you know what? There's just so much room on these, on a journal cover. There's not that much to go in. And I want to make it very feminine, and I want to use a lot of lace, and I want to just make it very delicate. So, anyway, let us do this. I think I'm going to set this down maybe about here. So I'm just gonna hot glue that. Like so. And put that about here. Just like that. Okay. Now she's going to be going in here. But before I do that, I was hoping to maybe, I would like to, hold on, let's see. I wanted to use something to give a little bit of, to line this a little bit. I wanted to have something to look a little bit more finished on here. And I was thinking of using that. Let's see what that does here. Yeah, see, because now it looks more finished. And I think that's what I'm going to do. This, again, was from Crafty Me. Most of my stuff is from her sales. So I'm just going to angle this a little bit here and go for it. That's very pretty. I love it. I just want to make sure I'm on the right side. I am. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to do it little by little because I want to do it in a little bit of a curve. Let's just bring this now here. Okay. There. I just saw in the news that we're going to be changing our clocks this weekend and going forward. So that's going to be giving us an hour less time. So it's okay. My plan this weekend on Sunday, I would like to go to this estate sale not too far away. And they've got some amazing things. So I'm just kind of excited about doing that this weekend. That's my plan, but you never know. You know, you got to wait and see what's happening. But anyway, let's do that. But it does sound like it's going to be a really good one. So I'm kind of anxious to go. There's some, I tried to go to the ones that I think are going to be real interesting. And there's this couple of companies that do these around here that are very, very good. Some of them, you know, are okay, but there's a couple that are just amazing. And those are the ones I really love to go to because they present such a beautiful display. They really work with everything. They produce a lot of pictures that, you know, that just get you excited about going to them. So that's, yeah. Loving it. So we're going to see what, you know, they've got some good things. I'm just going to wait and we'll see how the day goes. I've got my granddaughters coming and they'll come and their mother, my daughter, will pick them up on Sunday morning. So once they leave, then I can go. I can take off. So that is my plan. So I'm going to put this gauze right there. I'm going to kind of scrunch a little bit together here because that always makes it look nice when it's kind of roughed up a little bit. And then the lady is going to go right in there. Everything show. I like that. I have one other thing before she goes down. I'm wondering if I can find it here. Let's see. Hold on. I probably lost it somewhere around here. Let's see. I don't want to put I don't think so. I'm going to see. Let me just look. I had put a piece of ivory. Whoops. Let me see if I could find that. I may have moved. Oh, here it is. Let's see. This is a little bit of, let's do this. Let's see what that would look like. This is just netting. It's ivory. It's got a little bit of a shimmer to it. And I don't know, maybe that'll kind of add a little bit more to it. Kind of softens it. Yeah, I kind of like that, I think. Or do I want it just without? Let's just look. I almost like it with. So I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to give it a little pinch in the middle here and see what we can come up with here. Let's do that. Okay. Oy. Now, she will go in the middle, and let's see if we like that. I do believe I do. Yes. Okay, let's get her in. There. And right to the middle she goes. Good. She's very pretty. Now, I can always do a little bit of trimming. You know, we can just kind of see what looks best. There. Probably be a little bit more soon. We'll get maybe a little bit of this off here. Okay. Now, on the edges here, I do love this. Just a little bit of something. And I'm not sure which side I want to use on this. But it looks so pretty to have that. Oh, I like that, I think. Just that corner. Let's just cut that off and see where that takes us. I should have left that other piece on. So I think we're going to fill in a little bit here with something kind of nice. So I think we're just going to fill in a little bit. That's what I like about these appliques. You know, you can cut out what you need of them. You don't have to use the whole thing. Okay. So I'm thinking that I'm just going to fill it in with this. I like that. I do. Let's do that. Okay. This is so pretty. Here we go. And we'll fill in with this, like so. There. Okay. Look at that. How pretty. Oh, it's so much, so many glue stuff. Okay. Now the top. Let's just take a look here. I have some more of this. And we could probably just put this rose part of it on the top, and I think that would look really pretty. Okay. Let's try that. Okay. Yeah. And then I'm going to cut some of this off so we can really take a look at how nice this looks. Let's see. Do we want that there? Or do we want this on the corner here? Let's see. Not sure. We got to try everything, you know. Can put, I think I got it. Let's just again take pieces. This we can bring here, and this we can bring up there. And I think that kind of fills it in nice, so it's more balanced. I think so. Hold on. Let's just maybe take this off. Because I just want a little bit right here. So let me put that in there now. Okay. Just like that. Okay. And this pretty one, maybe this way. Yes, I do believe so. Like that. Okay. It seems like when I make things, I'll make, it doesn't make sense for me if I'm going to make like the covers and sew them. It makes more sense for me to make a lot of them and set them aside with different fabrics and stuff like that, and just do maybe 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or however many there are, and just do some of that, and then I sew them and put them on the side. Then, now it's the time when I need to take these out and start working on them. They're all completed, sewn-wise. They just need to be embellished. So that's what I must start doing. Okay, and there we go. I think I like it. All right, now on the side here, let's see if we can do something to pretty that up a little bit. Maybe, we'll see. We've got this piece, like so. I'm not sure. That's hanging. If I do that, I'd rather just have the whole thing just hanging off like that, But I haven't decided if I wanted to do that or not yet. Let's see if I would have to take some of this off. And just, because I kind of like everything to meet. But I'm going to wait on this. I'm not going to make that decision yet. So what I want to do now, let's just eliminate some of this. Let's do that. I actually really like this. It gives it something really pretty. It's got some texture, and it gives it something really nice to at least get the start of your cover. So on this side now, let's see what I want to do. We're working on the back side. Let's see. And I do like that idea of kind of gathering. I do like that. But I'm thinking I might want to gather it maybe to the back here, whoops, let's get that out of the way. It's distracting. Maybe like so. And then bringing that down and maybe putting, either having some, I don't know, maybe some seam binding or something that's going to come here, maybe even some gold. So I think that's how I want to do the back. So let's try this. And I think I want to gather it first with maybe, do I want to use some pearl here? Let's see if we can do that. Let's see. I want to bring it to the top. I don't know if you can see that now. I want to bring that to the top here. I do need to gather. Let's see if we can just tie that a bit. Okay. Like so. Okay. And then have some of it coming off. I just want a different look, Oh, I could tie it, but it's not going to stay tied. So let's just, here's what I'm going to do. We are going to glue there. I'm going to do this, tie it the best I could, because we're probably going to cover those pearls for a moment. I'm going to see. There, I just want to keep that in place as much as I could. There we go. Let's just let that settle for a minute. Okay, I want this up, and I'm going to be, what I'll do is hot glue this so it stays in place. like that. And come on, like that. Okay. And down here for this. Okay. Okay, let's just bring this in a little bit more here. Okay, now, there. So now I'm going to take off some of this, as we don't certainly need all of this here, so we can see what we've got here. Okay, now I'm not going to use all of this, that is for sure. I'm going to be trimming it, and I'm going to now, let's see if we couldn't bring some of this down so it's more, just a little more tailored and even. There we go. There. Now, let's see what we got to work with here. Ooh, I have this. Now, I'm going to use some gold on here. So let's see, what have I got here? I have these pretty flowers. No. I've got... We still have some of this pretty stuff for the edges, which is kind of pretty. Just really fits very well. Kind of like that. Like that. And let me see if we can take this end off. And let's see here. What do we want to put up here? Let's just see what we've got first. Let's look. Let's see. I have some. Let's see what we've got here. We've got that. That might be too big. Oh, we have a pretty cherub. That's kind of pretty. I have got that rose, which is pretty. Let's see here. Have another cherub to go, but I would have to go that way. I don't think so. Let's look. Kind of do like the cherubs. I think they're kind of pretty, but we're going to see. We can put something like that. I don't like that too much. Oh, goodness. Here's a heart, but that's so simple. Let's see here. Another cherub. Kind of almost like that one better, because you know what it is? It's more of a, it's just more aged looking. I seem to like that a little bit better. Let me just keep. There's a bow that's also aged, and that is really pretty too, isn't it? I kind of like that. Let's just set this on the side for a minute here and see what we got here. I do like that. I do like that. And also, we got to use some color in maybe some this is seam binding. And I'm wondering if we couldn't use some of that too. But I want to put maybe some kind of a picture, some kind of an image, something. I got to look through here and see what we can come up with. Let's look. I've got some more of those. Oh, you know what I've got? I've got some really pretty, oh, I think I'd like something like that there. That's very pretty. Let's see if I've got something else. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking. I don't want anything big like this. No. I think I want to go for the little ones that I could pin on. Let me see what else I have here. I worked on these one time where I was just cutting them out and putting a little bit of, I was using nail polish to give it a finish. And I used about, some file folder, and I cut out with a 1-inch squared cutter, and then I just added a bulb pin, and then I put on the embellishments there just to kind of give it a nice look. I almost like that. I like that. This is a little bit bigger. This is a smaller one, which she's very delicate. So we've got those. Let's see if I can find something else. Just kind of rummage a little bit. We have a bunch of them. Let's see which ones we want to use. Oh, here's a gorgeous. Oh, I love it because it's an oval, and that goes with the oval in the front. I think we found it. I think that'll work out our best. Look at that. Nice. Get that string off of there. Hey, let's just get that string off. I've got more hot glue sticking to me. Let's see here. Okay, hold on. Let me just get rid of some of this hot glue. Hold on. Okay. And I think that's what we're going to use. I think that we're going to use this one in particular. I still got hot glue on me. Oh, well, the feeling. So this is one that I had. It's got a backing, and I think it was from Tim Holtz. Had the package that I had gotten. It had all those different shapes, and that's what I used. It's not coming off, is it? All right. Oh my goodness. Okay. So now what I want to do before I put this all down, I want to get rid of these pearls, because that was just because it was handy. I want to just get rid of those. There we go. And get rid of this because I really don't want the pearls to show there. I'm going to put this right here. I love it. Okay. All right. I'm going to do this. Like that. Oh my gosh, I like the bowl. And then we're going to use this bulb pin. And we're just going to come right up under here. Okay, if we can. Okay. Oops. There we go. And then just bring her around like this. Okay, so now what I want to do is set this in here. I'm going to hot glue this down. Like that. Oh, I don't want you down there. Okay, here we go. Beautiful. You can see that. All right. And I want to use this little piece maybe up here. I don't know. Let's see. I like her coming down. I think that's good. I just wanted something in the back. I may later use something else. I might later, add a little bit more or less to it. But right now, I like it. So now the only thing I need to do is get rid of all of this excess here. And I'm going to do that carefully. Let me start here. Okay. Some of this is a seam, and I just want to get rid of that seam. Okay. And then we'll take some of this bulk away. Okay. And there's that out of the way. Okay. Now, let's get rid of... Okay. Some of this has some really pretty line to it, but, I don't want to have too much there. too much. Okay, let's take a little bit of this off anyway and see where it takes us. Okay, there. And maybe a little bit more right in this corner. Yeah, like that. And then let's just even this up a little bit this way. Like that. Okay, let's see what we got now. Okay, I got the bunch. So, now what do I want to put up here? I need something. So do we want to use this? Do we want to, let me see here, what else have I got? Put a little bit of this up here, just to kind of fill in that. I think so. That probably would work. Let's do it inward like that. I just want to fill in that gap there. Let's try it. Okay, let's see if that does it. And let me take off some of this here. Like that. Just to kind of fill that in. Or do I want that? Let's see. Not sure. I'm thinking. That's way too odd. I don't want that. Wondering if I shouldn't just... Let me think again. Let's do this. We can do this. Let's see here. Let me look if there's something else that I've got. I have these. Well, these would be kind of nice. Look at that. I may cut one off and see how it would work. Just kind of set, oh, I like that, I think. Just kind of makes it look really old and vintage. Oh, I love it. Let's do that. Again, these are from Crafty Me Shop. Got a yard of them. Oh my God, they're so wonderful. Oh, I'm loving that because that's bringing in that antique-ish look with this. Now let me see if I should put something like down here somewhere, or maybe not. I have to know when to stop. Let's see here. Just have to know when to stop. Okay, now we have one little piece that I want to cover, which would be here. And let me see if I can do that. Okay, I've got still some of this. Just want to frame this a little bit more. Just a little bit. And I don't want to interfere with this part. I'm just going to take this off first and see if I like it before I do anything. Okay, let's just see first. I may not want that. No, I don't like it. I almost like it just left alone for right now. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Now let me see if there's anything else that would just interest me in some way. I don't know. Let's see. I hate to put another one on the side here, because she's so pretty by herself here. I don't want to take away from that. So let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. So right now, this is what we've got. And it's pretty because we have that long piece over here. And I really like that. I like the way that turned out. And let me see, I've got this here. Oh gosh. I can't leave anything alone, you know. You just got to keep putting something somewhere. Just something somewhere. Let's just do this. And put this maybe over here. Like that. And see what that, just have it. I'm always for this framing. I just don't, you know, I just want it to kind of look framed completely. But I'm thinking I'm okay with it the way it is. Now I may want to do a little bit more to it. I have to think on it though. Would I want to put a little bit of a bow or a ribbon or something? But I don't think so. I don't know. Not right now. So now if I were going to do, well, that's not good. Okay, what I might want to do is, here, let's just give this a little bit more so that's together. Okay, and on the inside is what I need to work on next on that page. So I'm going to end this right now for here because we just did what we wanted to do on this. I like that bulky look on the outside. I may put something else here, not sure yet. I wanted to just use this lace in a bunched up way, which I did. And I got my picture in here, and so now we're gonna see. I have got something that I worked on yesterday that I think would be just adorable in here. I couldn't use it on the front cover because I have it decorated in the back, but I'm thinking that if I put maybe a beautiful, yeah, I'm going to cover this anyway, but if I put a very beautiful belly band to go across it, maybe some pretty lace or something that would go across, this would be beautiful to put in there. I think so anyway. And I use some bridle buttons, the satin covered buttons here. And I kind of think that would work really good with this journal. So now it's a matter of me finding some of the right pages I want to put in it. And then we can go from there. And I also had, this was another one that I did. It's all ready to go. It's got a really beautiful detailed cover to it. So I want to do something a little different with this one. This is for the next time. I want to use a lot of sparkle on this one, really sparkly. So I have to go pull out a lot of my laces and my appliques that have a lot of sparkle, because this really shows up its design so beautifully, but I need to bring in something, and these things really don't do it. You know, I've got some laces and trims, and while this could be pretty on the edges, I need something more white. So that's my plan for the next time. So anyway, take care of yourself, do something wonderful for yourself, enjoy your day, and as I always say, hold your family very close. Until the next one, take care on the next video, and I'll be talking to you soon. Bye now.